Hello, YouTube people, or whoever's watching. Okay, today I'm going to touch upon my online jobs and how I got each one of them. Or these are, just a few of them, and just from working online over the years, and how I got them. A lot of people have questions about how to work online, and I'm definitely getting a lot of that now that I have this program helping people working online, moving abroad. Just basically what I've done, living a nice life over here with my daughter. So I wanted to just go through the list. Anyone is curious. Everyone needs advice on how to do it or how it's happened. So my first online job was actually in college. So this kind of opened me the idea of like, oh, people can work remotely. Before then I had worked in restaurants and a horse farm, a lot of things like that. And, this was before I graduated with my degree in social work. So my first online job was with a company called Approved Colleges. I don't even think they exist anymore. But basically, I was just doing copywriting. So the way I got that job was a friend knew I was looking for the job, and then she recommended me. And you'll start to see a little theme throughout here. So then after I moved to Costa Rica, I really didn't have a plan moving here. Don't recommend it. I don't recommend just moving somewhere without a plan. I didn't have a daughter at that point, so it made it a little bit easier, but still, woo, what a roller coaster. So after being here for 2 weeks and wherever I was not working out, so I was like, oh my gosh, I need to make money. I'm in a foreign country. What am I going to do? So I heard about teaching English online. I had my degree from university. So I think I just did a Google search, or, maybe I had been on like Indeed.com or something, so I was probably on Indeed, because this was like the way that I used to search for jobs in the United States. I don't even know like if that even works anymore still, because I haven't had to use it in a while. But so yeah, so I did English online. I just applied normally. I had my degree, so they qualified me for the position. And then I started working for a company called 51 Talk. Not sure if they still exist either, but there are a lot of companies out there. And if you are someone who is interested in teaching English online, I do have a hookup. So I have some people in my program who that's been their first choice. If they say like, I want to move abroad and teach English online, I have someone that I set these people up with who will give them free training to get the job, and they will get them the TEFL certificate for free too, because a lot of people, a lot of things you have to pay for the certification in order to do that. So that's how I got that one. The third one, I would say it was kind of in my days of scanning through Upwork, which if some of you have looked into looking online, maybe you know what Upwork is. It's a very popular website for freelance positions. So anything from copywriting to probably website design, everything you can think of. But there's also a lot of people on there. So you have to be really consistent. You're going to spend a lot of time applying. Not to say that nothing's possible, but it takes time to like really build yourself up on there. And some things I did on there were transcription. But I did notice a lot of like some copywriting. A lot of people wanted samples, so make sure you would have samples ready, things like that. So wouldn't be my first choice to look for something, but of course I'm not going to say it's impossible. That's something to research into. There's other websites where you can look for kind of like freelancing remote positions. Okay, so for that, I would look at what skills you have and what you think that you can do. So a lot of times when I'm looking at, I've gained a lot of experience working online just by looking at what things were in need out there and then what I thought I could learn and do. So if you're open to learning new skills, I learned social media management. There's so many resources out there for you to just actually learn something that you can market yourself and you can say that you know how to do. And then you get better along the way. So that is Upwork. Okay, and then another online client here, my next online client here after that was word of mouth. You're going to see a little theme here. The client after that was referred by a friend. So this friend knew that I was looking. She knew that I wanted to work online. She actually worked online herself. This person had reached out to her asking her if she had time in her schedule to take on work. She did not, so she forwarded him to me and I worked with him. It was a great, awesome working relationship. The one after that was I had put a Facebook post up. It wasn't a Facebook post of Hi, I'd like to work online. It was pretty specific. I made it pretty specific. Hi, this is what I do. I have an opening in my schedule, or I have a few extra hours a week. I can take on a new client. If someone would be interested in these services, please reach out. So I got a client through there and it was great. And I had other inquiries, but I chose to work with this client. So again, the post was kind of like I was very concrete in what services that I was offering, not just broad. I actually explained this is what I do, this is what I can do, but also kind of put it out there like I'm a quick learner. I'm always flexible and eager to learn more. And okay, then the next one after that, this was kind of came from inside my community. I was just kind of networking. A lot of this is just networking, word of mouth. So my last ones have been like more networky, word of mouth ways of obtaining online work. This was someone in the community. I was just speaking to them. They asked me what I do. I told them what I did. They said, oh, great. I need someone like that. Hired. Great. And let's see. And then the next client was referred by actually a client I still work with. And I still work with both of them. Pretty minimal at the moment. Okay, so the next client was referred to someone that I worked with. One of the current ones that I had. And that was a great working relationship as well. And then I guess the last one that I'm going to note is a tax company that I worked for. So this was like an actual position hired by a company. And then some of my other remote positions were like more of a hiring process with a formal company, not just kind of like freelance, casual, like set amount of hours. So that one I actually got because, again, a friend had known that I was looking, and she saw a post, immediately was like, oh, she saw a post, thought of me, messaged me, and then I hopped on, I commented, I messaged, and I followed the directions. I emailed them with my resume, expressed my interest, and got the job. So yeah, so I would say like some of the more recent ones were more of like word of mouth and networking. I think when you can get more solid in what you can do and what you want to do online, then you're going to start attracting the people who actually need those services. And, it's just going to be more like, this is what I do. And kind of taking that energy into it. Yeah, and so the cool thing about working online is like all these skills that I did working for a lot of other clients, it led me to knowing how to run my own business and being able to have those skills to do that. And so that's pretty exciting. So even though, yes, I was working for someone else, that's exactly what I needed. But, a lot of times you're gearing yourself up, if that's what you want to do in the future, you're able to gear yourself up to have your own business, be disciplined, be on time, all these things that you really do establish. And, working online can be different. Sometimes I feel like my work is always with me because it's remote. So it's a different kind of style of working than working in an office situation. It can be a little different. You do have to learn how to manage your time and things like that. I would say, gosh, I'm so thankful for online work. It gave me time with my daughter. So I have a 2.5-year-old daughter, for those of you who maybe are just tuning in. So this gave me time to actually like be home and watch her grow. It gave me flexible hours. If she was sick, if I was sick, I'm able to take that time. I haven't felt like the struggle, I'm not in work all day and not able to be with my daughter, which is really important to me. No crazy long hours, weird hours sometimes, definitely weird working hours when I've had with having a child, but nothing that's just like overexhausting to the point where I can't keep up with my own self-care or with the care of my child. And through just doing this, I was able to attract a lot of really fun clients to work with. I honestly, like, on the small list, this isn't everyone that I've worked with, but just on the small list, like, I can't say that there was one person I didn't enjoy working with. I really attracted people that fit my values. So it's another important thing. We'll get that in another video. My values were flexibility. At the time, I didn't want anything too mentally, I was taking care of, I was just had a baby. Like I took a month off work and then I went back to working again, and I was pregnant. So it's like I needed something that was just going to be light, simple, but also was going to support my budget and support like me having a child and parenting and all those things. So I attracted really great clients, and I'm really thankful for that. And it gave me time to work on myself, and it gave me time to work on my business in the meantime. So Thank you, online work. Just sharing you my story. So I would say a big theme here is just networking. If you want any advice on that, just really like looking at where your skills are, how you want to present yourself into the online world as someone who's working for people. And yeah. Alrighty, so last point. If you are someone who has thought about working online, maybe you are since you're on this video, and thought about moving abroad, doesn't have to be to Costa Rica, I do have a one-on-one coaching program where I will coach you through the process. So the first works on mindset and alignment. Super important. That is how I've been running my life. Like, just so much joy. So yeah, I mean, my mindset was not always this happy, and it is, and it took time and it took tools, but it happened, and I'm here to share that with other people and to help someone discover the way that works best for them. And then yeah, the second portion is the passion, career, the online work. So someone who wants to work online, lining something up with them, a legitimate opportunity. I've been around. I know there's a lot of like junk out there. So if you've been looking for online work, you've noticed there's a lot of junk out there too. So I will help you find something legitimate that's going to support your budget while you want to move abroad, because that's really important, and something that you can grow from, and something that's stable, and something that just fits you for what you need at that time. You know, a lot of my positions, like, they weren't my dream passion, but they fit me for what I needed at that exact time in my life. You know, after I had my daughter, I wasn't ready to jump into my life's work. I was just like trying to figure out how to be a new mom and a single mom. So not the time, and that's okay, you know, so step by step. And the last part is the transition portion. So obviously, if you're thinking about moving to another country, a lot of the logistics feel very overwhelming. So we're going to take all that piece by piece so you know exactly what you need to do, when you need to do it to actually make the leap. So you'll have your mindset ready. You're going to have your income ready for you, or already going, definitely like already going. And you will be on your way. On your way. And I'm working with people who are serious about it, like someone who's really serious about working online and moving abroad, because I'm one of those people, like, we get things done. So if you're going to work with me, we're going to get things done. Okay, that's it. Goodbye.